Hey, I'm John from John's Pipe Journey, and today I'm sitting out on the deck. There are storms all around me, so you might hear thunder periodically, but right now it's not raining, so it's kind of a calm between the storms, so I thought it'd be kind of nice to do a video. The temperature's now down to 79, but humidity's like 90 probably. What I'm smoking today is Boswell's English Biscuit, and I'm smoking it in my beautiful Savinelli 673 KS, and I think it's the 2024 Christmas edition. I really think this is a beautiful pipe. Stem is really nice looking. Looks sort of like taffy, or not taffy, those caramel candies. So I'll load this up off camera. Sorry. Using one of my favorite Larry Blackett tampers. This is a reproduction of the bamboo tamper. Bamboo and brass. This end down here was brass. And as usual, I've got one of my chickens sitting up here with me, trying to find some seeds that the birds knocked off onto the deck. Oh, that's good. Yeah, can tell that's going to be good already. I can put this back on camera. Okay. I'm also having a Sam Adams Boston Lager. I was thinking over the 4th of the July holiday weekend, I'm like, wow, I don't even have any beer. And that's kind of like when everybody drinks beer and goes floating or kayaking and stuff. And so Friday, I went and picked up this 6-pack of Sam Adams, and like, this is the first one I've had. I kind of forgot. That's how much of a heavy-duty beer drinker I am. I couldn't believe it. I keep opening the refrigerator and seeing the 6-pack in there, and I'm like, I'm not in the mood. And then finally it's like, okay, I'm gonna have one. It's super humid out here, and I bought these like a while ago. Oh. It's practically lit right off the bat. I'm gonna give it another hit anyway. Thank you, Stephen and Katie. One of the things I really love about being old is making a video, and by the time it takes me to pick the lighter up and light my pipe, I've forgotten what I was going to say. So sometime it'll come back, maybe, probably tomorrow. This is really good. I like Boswell's non-aromatic blends really well. I have found that there are aromatic blends that I do like, and they're almost always from the Country Squire. Oh, for all you wet shavers out there, I got the perfect shave this morning. Baby bottom smooth, no stinging or anything. So it's hilarious. Like, I'm out in the middle of nowhere and I make sure I'm shaved every day so I look presentable. Well, that's important for a video. I mean, to me, it's kind of like you need to have enough pride in yourself to look like you didn't just sleep in a drawer and crawled out and started videotaping yourself. At least the baby boomer generation was not taught that. We were taught that we were to make sure we fix ourselves up every day. The joke about making sure you have clean underwear in case you're in a car wreck or something. That stuck with me. I mean, I look like a hayseed all the time now because where I live, plus these are super comfortable. And one of my subscribers, and I can't remember, thank you, I can't remember what your name is, but suggested to me that I unbutton all the sides on here for the summer. That's like air conditioning, and it's because I've always had them all buttoned up, and it was fantastic. I couldn't believe what a difference. Because he said he wore his year round, and I'm like, I don't know about that. That might be too hot in the summer. But I'm still plugging away with them. But like when I wear a shirt and a pair of pants, it's anathema if I'm not wearing a belt and having my shirt tucked in. That's all dying away with our generation. Wow, this is really good. Boswell's English Biscuit. If you haven't tried it, you should get some. Oh, when I first came out here, on this side of the fence was a fox squirrel. And I'm so excited to see them because I have not seen a fox squirrel in this woods in over 10 years, the whole time I've been here. And the gray squirrels, which are invasive, they came from Europe, have completely driven the fox squirrels out of the woods. The fox squirrels typically are on the edges of fields and where there's trees, but there's a lot of fields and open ground because they feed a lot of times on the ground. And those are the ones, if you're in an area that has fox squirrels, you see them when you're driving. But you go into the woods and you'll only see gray squirrels. And last year, we had a buffer crop of acorns and hickory nuts, and for some reason, the squirrels disappeared. I didn't see any hardly, like literally almost none. And now all of a sudden, I've been seeing fox squirrels back here. I've seen at least 4 or 5 of them. That's really exciting to me. They're a lot prettier. They're about 25% larger, I think, something like that. In southern Indiana, I grew up, we had owned farms in southern Indiana and southern Illinois, and I grew up hunting fox squirrels. That was kind of it. My dad didn't want me to go deer hunting because he always thought I was going to get shot. I almost never saw deer on our farm, which was weird, but that was so long ago that probably there was a lot less of them than there are now. I know when I moved to Missouri, somebody told me that they had been completely market hunted, hunted to extinction in Missouri, and they had to reintroduce them from somewhere else. I can't remember if they got them from Michigan or where, but he had told me that he hadn't seen a deer his whole life until I think he was in his 30s or 40s or something, which is incredible to me. Now they're everywhere. So they made a great comeback. Deer prefer edges anyway, and so the more cultivation there is, the more habitat you bring in for deer. They typically stay away from like the middle of a dense forest. I can't see anything behind me, but I'm hearing either rain starting or wind. Oh, I was worried about my beer getting hot, and I haven't even had any hardly. This might be the first beer you've seen me drink on camera. Usually, and I have it here, is my YTPC big glass, and I've got MBSD on the back. I put that on there specifically because I kept forgetting the name of that company that I got my fantastic meerschaum from, so I put it on there so it would remind me. This is always filled with lemonade that I make myself. That's got stevia artificial and sweetener that doesn't affect your oh shoot, I can't think of whatever sugar affects insulin levels. And then I put 2 cups of real lemon juice and 1/3 of a cup of Bragg's apple cider vinegar in it. It's kind of like a health drink, but it tastes really good. One of my friends added Parade strawberries to his and said it was fantastic, but I haven't tried that yet. I wanted to mention too, I haven't said this in a long time. I don't really solicit subscribers, but I wanted to thank all of you that have subscribed to my channel, that comment, that like the videos. That means a lot because it's kind of a hassle sometimes to do those, especially this year since I started in January, uploading 5 videos 5 to 6 days a week of me reading the King James Bible out loud, and then in addition to that doing a pipe video. It gets to be a lot. And one thing I've noticed, if you're not buying stuff constantly, like new pipes and new tobaccos and stuff, for the most part, it's hard to have much to say because it's so easy to show off your new pipe and talk about the new tobacco and all the different, notes that you can taste out of it, and the tin note and all that stuff. That makes it a no-brainer, kind of, and you never run out of things to talk about in your videos. And so I basically had committed myself to not buy any more pipe stuff, at least until the end of the year, because we're on the cusp of being debt-free. And quite frankly, I have enough tobacco to last 10 lifetimes probably. And I just I have so much that I get confused as to what to try or what I have tried or whatever. You know, I have ADD, and I don't know, and my memory is really poor, and so I don't know what causes memory problems. But like sometimes I'll find a tobacco that, like, oh my gosh, what's this one? I haven't even seen it before, and it's one I have even tried. So I want to have something worthwhile, because I appreciate the time you spend, and that's the one thing that you cannot, your time is the one thing you can't get back. You can lose money and get that back, and everything else you can get back, but your time, once it's spent, is gone. So I totally appreciate the fact that you take the time to sit and watch, you know, one of my videos. That's a huge deal when you think about how valuable our time is. What I've been doing since I started shaving with a double-edged safety razor, like the old-fashioned kind. It's got the little thin blade that's, I think they're only like 0.004 of an inch thick. They're practically as thick as a hair. And that we had been duped into thinking doesn't give you a good shave from marketing. Like you gotta have, they went to 2, then 3, and I think then 4, 5, 6. I don't think there's a 7-blade razor cartridge yet, but I sure jumped on the 6 as soon as it came out. I had to, you know, get a new handle and everything, because of course the handles, that's part of it. You have to keep buying different handles because they don't, they're not standardized. The safety razors handles are all standardized, and the blades, every single blade will fit every single safety razor. And so because of that, I bought, I don't know, I think I have 7 or 8 different brands of safety double-edged blades. And they're all different as far as how sharp they are or how long they stay sharp, how what coating's on them, how comfortable they are. So you can imagine how quickly that would turn into, if you don't have a good memory, turn into a nightmare to keep track of. And I have more than one razor because they're all different as far as, like, they call it the blade gap and also the blade exposure. So that's how much blade feel you're gonna have on your face. And blade gap, the more the blade gap, the more careful you have to be, but the more efficient it shaves, all that kind of stuff. So believe it or not, my wife thinks I'm nuts, but I actually have been journaling every shave, writing down what razor, what blade, what brush, shave cream, pre-shave, after shave, all that, and then I put down the results of it so that I'll know if I pick up a razor, oh, don't use those blades, use this one, and you'll have a fantastic shave. Otherwise, I'd never remember. And that's the reason why I'm bringing that up. It's because it's similar to how many pipe blends I have. And I was journaling that, but I kind of gave up. Well, I got too lazy to do it, probably. But when they talk about, X blend tastes the best in this pipe, for instance, I've got, I don't even know, I'm almost afraid to count how many pipes I have. I mean, I don't have tons of them like most people, but like I have a lot. I can't even imagine, keeping track of each pipe and then smoking every single blend you have in it, and then being able to figure out that, oh, that one tastes the best in this pipe or whatever, and then do that with every single pipe you have. I can't even believe when people say, like, oh yeah, such and such most is the best in this pipe. And I'm thinking, like, how in the world did you figure that out? To me, that seems impossible. Unless you're just saying, you know, this tobacco works best with a, you know, a big diameter, big inner diameter bowl that's more shallow. You know, same volume as one that's narrow and deep, but this one's wide and shallow, so the volume's the same. But this tobacco likes to be in a more open environment. So I think the wider it is, the less hot that burns because of the Venturi effect. When it's a narrow bowl and deep and you're drawing on it, you can get like tremendous heat built up. I'm pretty sure that's correct, but I'm not 100% sure. But like, correct me if I'm wrong. So I could see that, you know, like, oh, I only burn. Some people said that like Virginias are best smoked in a deep, narrow bowl, which didn't make any sense to me because they burn hotter. But that's what I did here. That would be a great discussion point for the comments. Like, make sure you comment and give me your views on that. Like, what dimensions of the pipe work best for certain tobaccos? You know, I gravitate towards thick-walled, large diameter bowls, and they're typically also shallower depth-wise. Because if they weren't, they'd be like a 3-hour smoke, and you just waste it most of the time because most people don't sit for 3 hours. But I found most of my pipes are like that. Almost all of my Petersons are like that. And I have probably probably 6 or 7 of that Savinelli 673-KS pipes. And I don't hardly have any that have a thin wall. So, oh, and the 320 KS. That's got even a thicker, giant, thick bowl. But I think that's why everybody loves them, is because they smoke really well. Wow. Anyway, I can't believe I've been talking for almost 23 minutes and I forgot what I was going to say at the beginning. Luckily, I found something to say. Anyway, I appreciate you guys, love you guys, and until next time, God bless.